Hello and welcome to AFK Sidequest. I'm your host Rob Thursland. Joining me today, part of the furniture Luke Chu, and new special guest Matthew Penrose. So Luke, what have you brought for us today?
Azul! Azul is a game by Michael Kiesling. What you need to do is get your tile on. And by get your tile on, I mean get your tile on. So what the aim of the game is to complete one line to finish the game.
Right.
But you want the most points before you get there. There's an array of different colours. You've got your blues, you've got your reds, you've got your blacks, you've got your lighter blues, you've got your golden pieces, and then you get these factories. You put all the factories down, and you can only take one of the colours. The game continues until all the tiles are gone, and you place them on this board like so.
Right.
You have to fill up 1, 2, 3, 4 as many tiles as they require, and then they move over to the scoring section. When you score, you get scores for adjacent tiles and having all the tiles and lines as well. So you get +7 for a vertical line. If you get all of the colours, it's +10, and you get a +2 for the horizontal line, but the horizontal line ends the game.
Okay.
So if you're doing terribly, but you can end the game, you want to keep the game going.
Right, because it's your way of getting points back on other people and hopefully winning towards the end. Okay.
You can flip the board as well, so you can play it where you don't have to go through the colours they give you.
Okay, but
Very much harder, but in like kind of Stokey rules, you can't have the line match up.
Right, okay.
So if a blue was there, you couldn't have a blue anywhere here. We're just going to be playing the base during this. It's pretty straightforward. It looks complicated, but as soon as you've done 1 or 2 rounds, it gets really simple and really fun.
Okay, so hopefully we'll just get into the swing of things very, very quickly and then see how this goes for real.
Being actually reliable for a change has really affected me.
New year, new you?
No.
Okay, good. Anyway, with that, we're going to go on and play the game, so we'll be back in a few moments to tell you what we all thought.
Have you ever heard of slimming tights? Because they work wonders.
Penrose, what did you think of the game?
I very much enjoyed this, actually. The first 2 rounds, I mean, when we first got the board out, had a look, and the pieces all being deployed, and I was just, in my mind, I was thinking, what is going on? But no, given Luke's explanation, it was actually a lot more simple than it really looks. And then when we actually started playing it, started going around doing our rounds together, and then actually looking at what, say, Luke and yourself had, having to plan ahead did take a couple of rounds to actually think about it, but overall, it's really, really interesting game.
Yeah,
I
think you're right. It definitely is a bit daunting looking from the outside in, but within a round, I was pretty much like, okay, no, I get that. That makes sense. That's fine.
Yeah, you can get excited during your first game and just start putting tiles down, and then you realise, oh shit,
I actually have a strategy I need to follow here. I'm glad that we did the base game because the idea of doing one where we had to plan ahead to the point of making sure all of the lines and rows would have matched up, that would have stressed me right out.
I don't think it's the complexity to worry about, it's having to go in with an entire strategy for the full thing. As soon as you put your first piece down, that is it. You need to figure out everything else.
And you also need to be flexible because the tiles at the bag are completely random.
Yeah.
So you could have a round where you have a few of the pieces you need, but they don't actually come out the bag. So you're just sat there like, oh, what?
Yeah.
One thing I did like about this is a lot more of the game was skill and strategy more than it was just sheer blind luck. I always suffer with games which are all luck-based because I never seem to do very well at them.
I don't know how you managed to win that then, if it was all on skill. Well, it wasn't just a win, you wiped the floor with everyone else.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, minus...
11.
Yeah, minus 11. I stay where I am.
Oh boy.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 7 is 19.
Minus 1?
Minus 1, 18, so 45 plus 18 is 50.
3?
63.
63, yeah.
63.
Cool.
I think it was because you did what you do very, very well and you made somebody else seem like the biggest threat at the table, despite the fact that you being the person who owns the game and has played it before surely was the most obvious threat.
I play the dumb guy so well.
You do, you really do.
You did give some really good misdirection because I did try my best to prevent Rob from being able to score when I gave it a go.
Anyway, I really, really enjoyed Azul. I didn't win it. but I didn't feel bad for losing it either.
One of the great things about it is no matter how many people you play it with, it can scale up because you've got the amount of factories you have out.
Yeah, yeah.
So with a 4-player game, you've got 9 factories, but when it goes down to about 2 or 3, it can only be like 7 or 5.
Oh, okay, so it limits how many tiles you have
Limits
out
how
at the
many
same
you have,
time.
because if you had a loads of tiles out, but only 2 of you taking them, you would have massive deductions.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would have been a huge flaw, but because it scales up with how many people you do, it has a more maneuverability.
We were very lucky that nobody got a big punishment on the bottom tiles where it kind of flowed over. In the test game that me and you did, for example, I think Phoebe got so many bad tiles that it went beyond the track on the board.
We absolutely smashed Phoebe.
Oh, I felt bad for her. Like she ran out of space on the track. She screwed her up.
I'm a gonna take the.
It's bad. I feel like thought I would play the game, but I feel like I done it wrong. But I did it right. Rob's doing fine.
It's just my head.
I saw those and thought, fuck, no.
Can I do?
No, they gotta go all in your minuses, mate.
Oh. This might be the first time that me or Luke wins a game
Dang it.
again.
2, wait, that's 3, 5. That's not, minus 11. That's not complete. You've got 2, so 7.
Minus 11.
Oof. So,
Yeah.
minus 4 from your 10.
That's fun.
I think we did lucky. The worst we had was literally a 1, and most people were getting that from the 1 tile anyway.
Yeah, because if you think about how many tiles you've got left, if there's enough colours on there for about 3 people and there's like about 3 of you playing, you need to think to yourself, okay, what my opponent colours have, which I can make them give massive minuses if I take their tiles.
Yeah.
And also, a good thing to do is have the low number of tiles kind of at the start to see where things are going.
Yeah, and then you can kind of
You need
begin
like a
building up.
contingency board in case you have to pick up loads of one colour.
But it's often like, it's kind of waiting for the floodgates to open when somebody takes that first tile, really. Because nobody else wants to be the first person to take it. Even though it's only a -1, in the grand scheme of things, really isn't all that much.
But you get to go first the next round, you do get the -1. But the -1 could be minuscule if you're getting them like +7.
Yeah,
finish
yeah.
off your line. So it's kind of like trading off cost and reward.
Who would you recommend a game to?
Anyone who enjoys colourful things and Azul.
So anybody who likes the game, you'd recommend
Anyone who likes the game Azul
Would
might
like Azul.
want to play Azul.
It does require a little bit of maths and tactics, so it isn't going to be suitable for everyone.
What is the age range on this game?
So the age we have is 8+.
I don't feel like this game would be good for an 8-year-old to play.
When was the last time you met an 8-year-old?
Do not answer that question, Rob.
I think it's good for everyone,
Yeah.
but you might need some help with the adding up. Because you could play this with like your family and have like 1 or 2 of the younger ones just say, okay, so you've got this score now, you might want to go for this. You can like advise.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Because
true.
it's not highly competitive, really, because it's a nice game of pulling. I won.
I was going to say, oh, it's not highly competitive. There's you, Luke.
It could be worse. You could have been playing this with Maddie because, like, unlike with Luke, who's reminded us a couple of times, Maddie would have reminded us every other sentence that she'd won.
So I won Azul.
I'm the best at this game. I'm the most popular, so I won the game. These guys suck at board games.
But also the game mechanics are okay. Anyway, I won Azul. I miss you.
When you could literally finish Azul in, well, 5 rounds if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it. Like, it can go as long as you want. But if you're winning, try and end it.
And if you're not,
Yes.
try and prolong it.
Yeah.
It's like war.
So I think we've gone over our opinions of the game pretty well. So Luke, let's go into the mechanics a little bit. How much did it cost? Who made it?
So this was published by Plan B Games, and it was made by Michael Kiesling. It goes around £30 at the moment.
Okay.
So that's pretty good for what you get. You get a really nice linen bag and box and a lot of tiles.
So 30 quid considering it's a lot of tiles, about 100 I think.
About 100 tiles, yeah. There's 100
Yes.
tiles, there's 9 factories, there's 1 rule book, there's 4 scoring markers, and I won the game.
For the amount that you paid for it. For a new game as well, you said it was 2017 it was released?
Considering it came out in 2017,
Yeah.
it's pretty cheap.
That's a really, really good price actually.
You can get expansion Joker tiles as well, and there's also collector's ones. 'cause
Oh yeah, I
think
think I saw that. I think they changed the publisher and then they did new colours in that publisher.
There's someone out there with their collector's edition just like, haha,
Yeah, yeah.
just bathing in the tiles. Oh, it's so nice to look at.
Obviously, you said there's been a recent expansion now.
Yes, there's stained glass of Portugal, I don't know. It's basically, it's not tiles, it's some stained glass windows.
Yeah.
And you can flip the tiles as well.
Oh, okay.
A little bit more complexity for people who like Azul or kind of a little bit more meat in it.
One thing I did notice is the box doesn't actually have all the tiles that are inside it. You've got the red and you've got the blue with the flower pattern, but the other three, they don't show up anywhere. Like there's a couple, there's the red and there's the white and blue.
One.
And then the other three just never show up.
Maybe this is like the collector's edition on the box.
And then it's
But then
not the
inside, it's
collector's
like, nah, it's just a normal edition.
You just open it and say, oh.
You open it, just a piece of paper.
So you're telling me this game is a big catfish?
Penrose, do you have any final thoughts?
I play it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed it. It didn't take very long to play, and
Doesn't take long to
Yeah,
set
Yeah.
up.
I've lost like multiple games of this before, and I've still had a great time.
every game is different as well. That's nice.
But the
Yeah.
important part is you've won. I'm waiting for you to tell us again.
We hope you all enjoyed this 5x5 episode of AFK Sidequest. If you enjoyed yourselves, then please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell to see more from us. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.